What's up, everybody? MTG Gaming in the house, along with Jose The Ocho. I hope everybody enjoyed the Royal Rumble tonight. What you got for us, Jose?
Well, I'm glad they kind of heard the audience not to have the talent say, "Oh, I'm gonna enter the Royal Rumble." I think when Bobby Lashley said he was gonna enter the Royal Rumble, I'm glad that some of the fan base kind of like put the brakes on it and say, don't say you're going to be in the Royal Rumble, because it kind of like spoils the surprise. And you know that the Royal Rumble is supposed to be a surprising event to see who's coming back and who will be your surprise or which legend is coming back. And I think WWE was in danger of messing that up, not keeping the Royal Rumble a big surprise, and they were very close to that. I'm kind of happy that they did act on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to keep the Royal Rumble a surprise. You can't just be saying, "Oh, Andrade is coming back, Naomi's coming back."
Mm-hmm.
You really, you got to keep quiet on that,
I'm just happy that I get to play as Naomi in the next 2K game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were, like you said, pretty predictabilities, and I think I can start with you right now to try to keep a little hype going. The win with Bayley. I'm happy for Bayley's win at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, get ready for your disagreement with me. I'm happy for her win. And I don't know, my question to you with the Bayley victory, do you think that the breakup of the damage control can begin on the next SmackDown? And do you think it's going to be a similarity of an Evolution breakup? Remember when Batista won?
Absolutely.
And then Triple H wasn't? So what do you think of the Bayley victory, and will it cause a breakup for damage control storyline? What do you think?
When I saw the Bayley victory, I wasn't too happy about it because, honestly, bro, I was never a fan of her. Even when she was the hugger character, even as a heel, I felt like her. Yeah, I felt like her promos were. Her promos weren't. I felt like her promos were horrible, even as a heel. The ding dong catchphrase was lame to me, so I'm not really much of a huge fan of her. Never was. And what you call
what do you think of the storyline then? I mean, in your opinion.
I mean,
should they? They got to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. They have to do something for the food to happen. I mean, I'm not gonna say they should stop that, but they're gonna do something, of course, with the storyline, and they're also gonna what I was gonna say. They're gonna set up a whole feud of who's gonna beat I don't even know if Bayley's gonna win at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. I have a feeling that Io might retain, and then that's when they all. This is what I think might happen at WrestleMania. Io retains, and then she gets kicked out of Damage Control, and everybody attacks Bayley after the match, and then Io retains, and Bayley goes bye.
Yeah.
And can you be honest with me? Bayley was not a good SmackDown champion. Remember back in 2020 or late 2019? Evans. Remember, Lacey Evans became a babyface.
That didn't work out either.
That was that's one of the worst feuds in the 2020s, in my opinion. That's one of the worst feuds ever that I've ever seen. And I just was never a fan of Bayley, even as a heel or a babyface.
Yeah.
But what else you got?
Like I said, and another thing is, okay, I wasn't surprised for Naomi to return, but anybody that didn't get the chance like I did, I had the opportunity to see Naomi at WrestleCon. Now that she's back, too bad, people. You're not gonna see her. Like Miguel says, Access will be your only hope now.
WrestleMania
You guys
Access.
wanted it. You got it. It's something what Bobby Heenan would say on his promos. Be careful what you wish for, because you may get it. There you go. So anybody that wants me to agree with Naomi, you lost.
Yep.
You know?
And I hope I get the privilege of meeting her. And I wish, honestly, she stayed in TNA because I kind of want TNA to grow. And
yeah, I wanted to too.
Because I want TNA to be better. Yeah, and I want TNA to be better than it was back in the day. And I hope Scott D'Amore is smart enough to start traveling. Don't just stay in one area like you did all these years in Tennessee or like they did in Orlando all these years. Go to places so you can get recognition and all that. Stop saying in the same place.
Canada, man. For starters, go to Canada because you got a lot of Canadian talents, you know, and start there and then going beyond, you know.
Yep.
I mean, I can appreciate Scott D'Amore's honesty to the talents that he's not going to pay them well. I get it, you know, but like you said, I do agree with you. Scott D'Amore needs to be a little more exposed, you know, to have, I mean, if you're very serious about TNA being marketed, you know, yeah, expose more, get out more. You already hire Mustafa Ali and Dolph Ziggler. Use them. And Dana Brooke, you're gonna do well with her. I think Dana Brooke's gonna do well with this Knockouts division.
Absolutely. Because
I mean, she knows Mickie James, she knows all these people, so
and
this is gonna be good.
And there's times where there's WWE superstars that were underutilized and that were not really being treated well in WWE. There's some that actually went to TNA and did a whole lot better there. Let me give you some examples. Mr. Anderson did it. Christian Cage did it. Bully Ray.
Yeah, Christian Cage.
Who else? Bully Ray did it. Matt Hardy did it.
The Hardys, yeah.
Drew Galloway.
Hardys, yeah.
Drew Galloway did it.
Drew especially. EC3.
EC3, Bobby Lashley.
Lashley, yeah.
Who else?
And Moose, he's a lifer for TNA. You know that.
Absolutely.
He's not going anywhere.
Moose is the face of TNA right now. And I got the privilege of meeting him in Dallas back in WrestleCon. Very cool guy. And I had the Impact Wrestling World Title on my shoulder. If you look at my pictures on Instagram, my personal, that I will not split on here. And what you call, bro? I just love that the fact that TNA is back. I hated the name Impact Wrestling. It didn't sound excited when it was called Impact Wrestling. TNA. And Scott D'Amore said it at the end of the first show. It's never, ever going away. And I applaud Scott D'Amore for that.
Yep. He's now a TNA soldier, like we say.
Yeah, and he's been there.
Like Broken Matt said, like TNA Impact.
And he's been there since the beginning. Scott D'Amore's been there since the beginning of that company.
Yeah. And honestly, he doesn't want a forbidden door with Tony Khan, and I don't blame him. I really don't.
And speaking of Forbidden Door, I think Jordan Grace's appearance at the Royal Rumble confirms that WWE is now working with TNA.
That's going to be pretty interesting, too, because from what I heard, they saying that Triple H wants to have a meeting with Gail Kim and probably talk to her to see, you know, if they can have some Forbidden Door or relationships, or either go back to WWE. Time will tell. But here's my thing about Naomi, Miguel. If you're going to hire Naomi, I can only hope Triple H and WWE have something for her. Because she has been very over for TNA, Impact, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And I hope you just don't hire her just to lock her and reduce her. She's already married to Jimmy. She goes home to him. You know.
And she has a very light schedule. She has a very light schedule because TNA schedules are different than WWE schedules. Because Jimmy is on the road 24/7. In TNA, you just gotta fly to Tennessee or Orlando just for 3 days and you go back home.
Yeah. So I just hope, you know what, for this sake, I just hope they have something for her, really.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just say it is too soon. I'm not surprised, but I hope they have something for Naomi, because she just came from an established moment, becoming one of the most toppest knockouts champion, and competed with the best women division in that company. So I just hope they have something for Naomi. That's all I gotta say. And she's got my support. And we'll see what Naomi can pull out for for WWE. I'm serious. I'm serious, Triple H. You better have something for these people.
Yeah, especially Andrade. Well, Andrade, honestly, I do not see him being anything in the future. I'm sorry. I honestly do not see that in him. So he probably should have went to Impact or stayed in AAA or something instead.
Yeah, AAA, he was doing so good. Yeah.
Yeah, and AEW.
I mean, I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you being, leaving Tony Khan for your reasons, but if you're back, you know what the reason is going to be, Miguel? Because of Charlotte.
Yep.
Hello, you're married to Charlotte. You go home to her. That's not an excuse, people. Fans, that's not an excuse.
But you're
going to hire this guy. You're going to have something for him. Do you think, Miguel, here's a question too. Do you feel that Andrade will be part of LWO and maybe change things up or something? Or him and Selena will reunite? Do you expect those expectations from him?
That, or also, he could also be part of Santos Escobar's group. He could possibly be part of that too.
I agree with that, because you know what? Andrade is more heel than a babyface. I can't picture Andrade as a babyface guy.
Me neither.
He's more as this little cocky heel. And so is Selena. They know how to work it together. So I hope Andrade gets mixed in that storyline feud. I hope so,
Yeah, absolutely. And I really hope that that they, like you said, they do something with Trinity, but Andrade, I honestly don't see them doing anything with him.
Yeah, and I do agree with you too, because it's something what Sting says. When people go back to some certain companies, you do have them locked. And I'm going to give you one example right now. Let's get back to a couple of months ago. I think a month ago, I found out that Bayley and the Mysterios signed a long 5-year deal. That tells you something. They're locked. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I am against this with WWE. I am against this with WWE about this. That's greedy. I'm sorry to say, that's greedy.
Why do you think
Bayley and the Mysterios are locked? It is greedy. Because if you're going to sign them for 5-year deals, please, you better have something for them. Really. Because honestly, if you're locking them, it's because of your competition.
Well,
if you have one.
I'm pretty sure that they're going to do stuff with Ray. I mean, they're already doing stuff right now with Bayley. So it might not be a mistake after all. And plus, Ray, his home is WWE. I mean, you can make an argument that his home is also Mexico, AAA or whatever. You could make that argument. But I don't think it's gonna be a waste. But I think, and plus Ray, he's gonna retire in a few years. And Bayley, they're already doing something with her now, so
yeah. So I just hope those signings can mean something, but at the same time, at the other 50-50 way, Miguel, sometimes I feel like it's locked. Yeah. And I don't know, that kind of feels very creepy and very greedy too, from WWE itself. It's not the first time WWE has done that, and it's inevitable what they do, so.
Yeah, and you also got to remember, Bayley is a Triple H person. Like, Triple H loves Bayley. Triple H loves all these NXT people. Even to this day, like, I feel like one of the reasons why the Kabuki Warriors won the tag titles from Katana Chance and Kaden Carter was because both Asuka and Kairi, they're Triple H's girls, yeah.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, and you do give a point to this because, when you're a Triple H guy, I think it's good that Triple H exposes this and books this, because there's no way Triple H is gonna book a match for Randy. No, Randy is not a Triple H guy. He's only a guy that he grew up at the same locker room. But if it comes to Bailey, Kabuki Warriors, and Johnny Gargano, those are Triple H people. Those are people that he planted the seeds, that he trained, and they're gonna listen to Triple H. And then they even call him Papi Triple H. Fine. But if it's gonna be somebody like Randy Orton or Batista, no, those are not considered Triple H guys. Those are just guys that, you know, he grew up with them in the locker room, you know, during the Attitude, Ruthless Aggression, and Evolution generation.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I do agree that they're Triple H guys personally. They are, in a personal level, hell yeah. Those guys are really great friends, and they all grew up together in the WWE, and etc. Yeah, so, yeah, those guys, and I'm pretty sure Triple H, I mean, right now, Roman Reigns loses the belt to Cody at WrestleMania. He might have a feud with Randy Orton, because do you think that
a legacy feud?
Yeah,
that's a story.
Do you think possibly that Randy Orton and Roman Reigns still has scores to settle? Same with Seth Rollins?
Yeah, they do. They do, because of the 18-month injury. So they're going to probably back off a little bit, and then they can start a story. Because I do agree with you, Miguel. I think the loss of the championship of Roman, it's going to be a 50-50. Because they're talking about that Roman still has scores to settle with Randy Orton, with LA Knight, and with AJ Styles, one at a time. This four-way match, it's unsettled, and it's going to probably step aside for a while, you know.
And Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre still doesn't like it.
Yeah, and then another thing is, the question of all is, will Roman break Hulk Hogan's record?
And record?
So much for Cody. Will he finish his story? So there's just so many questions about this. You have a point. We don't want to go haywire on this and say, oh, Cody's going to win. Cody's going to win. People, we don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know where it's going.
And that record has to is not till September 2024. So he has to retain the title from Cody and hold that belt somewhere after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But if he breaks Hogan's record, he's still not a better champion than Hogan. Let me tell you why.
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter. Well, it does, in a way. If you just have the title more than anybody, I don't think that's the only thing you need to have. The other things you need to have is the people who you defended it against, the people the type of storylines you had. Hogan had like 400 or 200 and something title defenses throughout his title run, and Roman Reigns only had 58.
Yeah.
Well, now 59 if you want to include tonight. So yeah, so if Roman does beat Hogan's record, he's still not better champion than Hogan.
Yeah, because I remember you do bring a point, because remember when Hogan was champion in his 80s moment, he defended his belt in Saturday Night's Main Event. So in that part, you know, Hogan was considered kind of a part-timer, because he was only making appearances at WrestleMania appearances, Rumble appearances, and Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah.
And you know, he gave the belt meaning. He gave him his stories, and he gave title defenses.
Yes.
My thing that's not gonna be a surprise, that may not surprise you. Do you expect Hogan to make an appearance at a WrestleMania and probably, maybe, he might give Roman the blessing? Yeah, you can break my record under 24. Will you be surprised if Hogan makes an appearance? Because his name is being mentioned around media everywhere that he might make an appearance.
That, and also it's the 40th anniversary of Hulk Hogan. That's the reason of Hulkamania. That's the reason why he's also on social media and all. And that, I'm pretty sure Hogan would let, because and Hogan does acknowledge the tribal chief, And he even says that in his
Mm-hmm.
younger days, if he had two superstars in today's, he said if there was any superstars that he would like to go face to face with in today's wrestling, he said the first two names, he said Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, because remember, going back to Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania moments, he passed the torch to two future talents, and this was at the Sky Dome, the Ultimate Warrior and The Rock.
Yeah, but that Ultimate
and honestly,
Warrior.
Hulk Hogan has been 0-2. You know, Hulk Hogan's been 0-2 at the Sky Dome. You
Yes.
know? But unfortunately, Hogan has been very over no matter what. If he lost the Sky Dome or not, he was very over. He had a very good pop-up crowd, you know, after the loss of The Rock. People were still standing on his feet against him, dude, you know.
Yeah, because in Toronto, Canada, that's also a big Hogan fan base. So, yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
what you call, Hulk Hogan's the man. Like, even in Canada, like, Canada is probably, they love him out there. And
especially the Sky Dome, dude.
yeah, but I'll be honest with you, the Ultimate Warrior didn't work out like how The Rock did. And it's all Warrior's fault.
Yeah.
It's not creator's fault. It's all Warrior's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why right away, they had to tell Hulk Hogan to get the belt back again from Sergeant Slaughter because, like you said, the run was not working out.
And he was going to go do movies, but...
So then you got to start it another over again to pass another torch again, so...
Yeah, but after he passed the torch to Warrior, he was going to do movies, but that didn't work out. And what you call it, that's why he came back for WrestleMania 7 to feud with Sergeant Slaughter. Because Sergeant Slaughter did beat Ultimate Warrior for the WWE title at Royal Rumble. So...
And as a heel, you know, Sergeant Slaughter was very over because, you know, he played the Rocky sympathizer.
Yeah,
and he did get a lot of boos and a
lot of
crowd shouts, you know. So it worked out for Sergeant Slaughter, but even though it was cut short, but his heel run for him to be the Rocky sympathizer, it did work out for Sergeant Slaughter.
Absolutely.
And then that storyline between Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter, Hulk Hogan was the American hero defeating the heel of the Rocky sympathizer. So that was a story there, right there, you know.
The traitor.
Yeah.
Like he loved America so much, and he traded the United States. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then, you know, Hulk Hogan was like called the all-American hero, so the storyline was good, you know. And if you look at the cover with Hulk Hogan, the American hero, and then, you know, Sergeant Slaughter, the bad guy, the heel, you know, perfect, you know. So.
Yeah.
And here's another question too. Seth Rollins was in Gorilla. I think the Elimination Chamber's coming. Would you be surprised if Gunther will be the #1 contender to face Seth Rollins? What do you think of that? Because honestly, that was part of the plan since the beginning before Punk came in.
Yeah,
and I think they want to stick to the original plan. What do you think of that?
I don't think that's going to happen. I think CM Punk is going to win it, and I think they're now way more invested in Punk than Gunther now. And people thought tonight that CM Punk was going to win, but no, it was Cody Rhodes. And what you call Gunther, I hope he loses the IC title to Braun Breaker, because if you saw Braun Breaker in that Royal Rumble, he eliminated like 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah. That would be your worthy opponent for the IC belt.
Absolutely. And Gunther kicked his ass in NXT, so it's a no-brainer to have. So Braun Breaker's ready for the main roster, and I think by eliminating all 3 or 4 guys that he eliminated, I think that confirms that he's ready for the main roster. But when are you guys going to put him on there? And then give him a shot at the IC title and then have him kick Gunther's ass. And Braun Breaker.
Would you be surprised if he makes a Raw appearance? If Triple H already made up his mind just to pull him on main roster, or is it just too soon, Miguel?
Possibly. It could be. It could happen tomorrow that he could appear on Raw. Possibly. I give it a possibility.
I would stay tuned to Raw, and hopefully that surprise happens. But personally, in general, Do you think he's ready for main roster already? Because I know he's been in NXT for too long.
Absolutely, bro.
Is this the time?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's more ready than Carmelo Hayes. I think he's way more ready than Carmelo Hayes and probably even Trick Williams. And what you call he has a look. He looks like a Steiner.
Brock Lesnar's not gonna happen.
Yeah, he has the look. He looks like a Steiner. He talks like a he's really good on the mic. So yeah, absolutely, he's ready for the main roster. And he's been
plus he's got amateur wrestling background, you know.
Yeah, he learned from his daddy and his uncles, the Steiners.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really am looking forward for Raw to see if Braun Breaker is going to make that appearance, and let's see if Triple H gives him that green light to go to main roster. And like the way you say your opinion that he's ready, then yeah, I do agree with you. I really would like Braun Breaker to definitely make his appearance, and maybe Gunther can just start a feud already, can start a story, you know, because the whole the Brock Lesnar and Gunther, I don't think it's happening due to some situations that we're
gonna get into.
Involved with.
And we're gonna get into that later.
So,
but
yeah.
So yeah, and another thing I was gonna say, and speaking of Royal Rumble, Jade Cargill eliminated Nia Jax and a couple more people. That was an impressive way to try to get over. Yeah.
That's gonna be a story that's gonna definitely come in, and maybe will you be surprised if she would make a Raw appearance, and then or do you gonna expect Nia Jax to make an unannounced appearance and then just call out Jade Cargill? Do you think anything like that might happen?
Yes, absolutely. And then she also eliminated Becky Lynch, I believe.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, that's a way to try to. That's not a bad way to start off to try to get over. So, yeah, I mean, she could be.
Well, they've been seeing themselves eye to eye in some certain pay-per-views and some certain locker rooms. So maybe some seeds can be planted right here for Cargill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can stay tuned to Raw. Let's see how much Jade Cargill can provide,
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, since Jade Cargill wants entertainment and everything, WWE is the right place for it. AEW can provide it, and I have to admit, people, WWE is the place, and she's going to be okay. Just give it time and everything. And Smart Marks, take a seat, okay, please?
Mm-hmm.
Be patient about, how the bookers and creative is going to definitely take care of her,
Yeah.
Stop pressuring the bookers and Triple H, people, please.
Yes. And, yeah, so, and then the whole Royal Rumble. It was a decent event. I liked it.
Decent? That's all I could say.
Yeah, it's a decent show. And what you call, and you know what really pains me about this whole Roman Reigns title run?
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Lashley never got a chance. Bobby Lashley never got a shot. Bobby Lashley never got put in a storyline. He's the only guy that Roman Reigns has not beaten throughout this whole title run. And I was honestly hoping...
Yeah, and there's SmackDown. That's convenient.
Yeah, and I was honestly hoping that Bobby Lashley would have dethroned Roman Reigns instead of Cody. So that kind of pains me that didn't happen. Because Bobby Lashley is the real deal. He can actually kick Roman's ass than Cody.
I mean, right now, I have mixed feelings about the whole storyline about Karrion Kross and the Street Profits and AOPP and Paul Ellering and shit like that.
I'm just not too invested because there's no tag titles on the line.
I don't know. I don't feel that storyline at all.
Me neither.
I really don't. And honestly, AOP is not the team that I used to know from NXT, man. And I'm looking at Paul Ellering, man. I love him, but I don't know. He looks exhausted, man.
I mean,
I'm sorry, dude.
AOP and Karrion Kross, those are Triple H guys. I think Triple H is really trying to get them over, which is a good thing. And I like AOP and Karrion Kross, but Karrion Kross's original gimmick didn't really get over.
But I feel like, do you think it's better for Paul Ellering to do his creative freedom and let him build this team because he's a good mouthpiece. You know, he's a good promo, and he's always been a good manager. I mean, come on, you take him back when him and the Road Warriors and DOA, man. If I'm the Booker's a creator, why don't you guys give Paul Ellering his creative freedom and let him build this team and let him start, you know, the storylines and everything.
But then again,
I trust Ellering on this, you know. I trust him, you know.
But then again,
he comes from my generation, you know.
But then again, separate those damn tag titles, man. I feel like the feud would have had meaning if the tag belts were on the line. I feel like all these tag team feuds without the belts that Raw and SmackDown has been having for the past year. It's been it's almost a whole year now since those titles has been. Wait, no, not a whole year.
They're dead titles.
No, not a whole year.
They are dead titles.
Wait, when did the Usos
win the?
When did the Usos win the Raw tag titles?
They had a 300-something day, I think, with the titles, and they beat RK Bro.
But what pay-per-view was that?
RK... Oh, shoot. I would have to probably give it... We can check maybe Backlash or Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, somewhere on there. I don't recall. I think I have to look back at the Peacock with any Usos and RK Bro matches and everything.
Yeah, same.
You know, how they accomplished all that.
So,
yeah, we would have to look back.
Yeah. It's been a whole year and a half since these titles have not been separated. They should have been separated on draft day. When they did the WWE draft, when Kevin Owens and Sammy had the belt, it's just that they need to separate these tag titles. Why does Damian Priest and Finn Balor have to hold two titles? I know the Usos made it work, but these guys are not really making it work.
They're not making it work, and personally, in general, guys, Judgment Day is not a tag team. Damian Priest is an individual contender, and Finn Balor is individual contender. But they are not a tag team, people. They are not a tag team.
I agree.
And honestly, I can see the fate of the Judgment Day falling little by little, and I think the only person I can thank on this is R-Truth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Miguel, but that's entertaining me. He's entertaining me, dude.
Yeah. Remember this? What's the password? What's the password? That was hilarious.
So, question of this with the Judgment Day and R-Truth. Do you feel that R-Truth can instigate this breakup in this storyline?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or are we still invested for Damian Priest to have that briefcase to create a division and a breakup?
It's a little bit of both. It'll
go both ways, right?
Yeah, here's the possible outcome that I have. I feel like Damian might try to cash in, but R-Truth is going to come in and try to pull something off of a comedy stint and cost Damian Priest the cash in, and then Damian Priest loses. Or maybe Damian might cash in at WrestleMania and probably win the title from Seth Rollins. So who knows?
True, because, I mean, there's a prediction. This is just a prediction saying that they are predicting that maybe Damian Priest's cash-in might be another... I just need Damian to definitely capitalize on that briefcase and come up with some few teases, and that's it. But if it's going to be an unsuccessful, then that was another waste of time of another briefcase cash-in, you know.
Yeah,
might as well. Why have Money in the Bank in the pay-per-view? You know.
I was okay with Damian winning the Money in the Bank, but I wanted LA Knight to win. But I was okay with Damian winning, and I really hope that I'm wrong. I hope he does cashes in because I do want to see Damian Priest that dark.
I really hope so too.
Yeah, I really like that dark Judgment Day Damian Priest, and I saw him last night.
Money in the Bank the way JD McDonough did. Yeah, I mean, but. Here's the thing, Miguel. You may agree or disagree with me in this one. The roster's too crowded. Cody, Punk, Gunther, LA Knight, Randy, AJ, Damian Priest himself, maybe Finn Balor.
And you're about to add Braun.
crowded.
And you're about to add Braun Breaker.
Yeah, it's too crowded. Why are we acting up so happy? Oh, we got Punk. Oh, we got Cody.
Oh, and Drew McIntyre.
WWE and AEW is too freaking crowded.
You forgot Drew McIntyre.
You have something for these guys.
You forgot Drew McIntyre. You forgot Drew McIntyre.
But okay, let's ask you a question about Drew.
Okay.
We don't know this yet. Will you be surprised if he doesn't sign in if the decision is made?
Hell
Honestly,
no.
We don't know anything, and I have not heard anything from Drew. I tell people, let us hear from Drew himself.
Yeah.
If he's gonna make up his mind, yes or no. What do you expect from Drew?
Fuck Wrestling Observer and all that other bullshit. Let's just listen to what Drew McIntyre says. And Drew,
that's what I tell people.
Honestly, I hope he resigns, but I have a feeling that he will not. He should kind of resign because I feel that possibly there's still a chance that he could. Wait, you know what? Never mind. Because the guy lost 13 straight title matches.
And he just got eliminated tonight.
And he got eliminated by Punk.
So what does that tell you? I mean, Miguel, I pick on Drew because I said it before and I'll say it again for the frickin' millionth time. WWE owes Drew a shot.
I agreed. And Drew McIntyre is my favorite wrestler.
A title shot in an empty arena doesn't count. Yes, he was champion, but in an empty arena, in a pandemic, which he put the program over. And if this is how you're going to repay Drew?
It does count, but...
I'm sorry, but I get...
It does count, but
it does count, yeah.
It's just that, in a way, you don't want a title defense in an empty arena during a pandemic. You know?
Yeah. That's why I always say, you owe him. I don't want to hear that he struck out 3 times. No, bullshit. You fucking owe him. So WWE, please, Triple H, reconsider this. Top bookers.
Yeah, absolutely. And Drew McIntyre is my favorite right now in today's wrestling world. He's my number 1 guy. And Drew McIntyre, I really hope that he stay. I mean, do you feel that he kind of lost his momentum? Do you think that he kind of lost his momentum ever since Clash at the Castle?
No, he hasn't. I mean, kind of, yeah, because the fans, you know, the smart marks are kind of like instigated wise to make him lose it. But I am kind of liking this angry aggression that, you know, he's telling them that they owe him. But here's another thing. Okay, if you want him to resign, the question is, does WWE have something for him, or they don't have anything for him?
You might as well put on the contract that he's going to win the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, because I heard that they did that with Cody, that he's going to win the Universal title. That's the reason why he resigned. And I'm really shocked that Vince McMahon, because at the time when Vince McMahon was running the company, when Cody came in, I was like, is Vince really going to put the Universal title on him? And Vince doesn't always live up to his word, so
yeah,
it probably wouldn't happen if Vince was still in charge right now. But seems like Triple H does not hold a grudge on him about the whole AEW Double or Nothing, where Cody got the sledgehammer and broke down the Triple H's throne and took shots at Triple H. I didn't think Triple H and Vince McMahon was going to push him because of that. But looks like Triple H is starting to be invested in Cody Rhodes. And
I wouldn't be surprised, Miguel, I wouldn't be surprised if he's only bending the knee for him.
That, and also...
That's how I could...
Or maybe...
If he bend the knee for Scott Steiner, he can bend the knee for Cody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, business is business. Business is business.
And hell, he could bend the knee for the Hardy Boys if they decide to come back to WWE, because they're not happy in AEW. So he could bend the knee for the Hardy Boys.
Because I mean, you already bent the knee for CM Punk.
Yeah, and CM Punk.
I feel like Paul Levesque is in the position. I'm trusting him that he's in a position of bending the knee, business-wise, business reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the only way I'm gonna support Triple H, Paul Levesque, if he bends the knee and if he thinks business was best for the fans and was best for the company.
Or maybe
because Tony Khan right now, he's having a hard time, keeping his phone, taking his phone away, man. Somebody take his phone away, man, please.
Yes, and
I'm so sick and tired of him looking at social media and getting engaged.
Agreed.
Really, dude.
And I don't think.
Take his phone away, please.
And I don't think Triple H is worried about Tony Khan or AEW. And this could possibly happen as well. They're probably, maybe, because Dusty and Triple H kind of have a good relationship because they work together in NXT. Or maybe because they love Dusty so much and we're like, we're going to do this for Dusty. Let us put the title on his son. Why not? And they're probably doing that. That's probably the reason why they're doing that. And another thing is probably because what else is the Oh, I forgot to mention this. If he does beat Roman at WrestleMania, and whoever he loses it to after WrestleMania, he's probably never going to win it ever again. And Triple H is probably going to make sure that happens. Who knows? Who knows? He might win it again if he loses it to whoever his next opponent is. So,
but
do you think that could possibly happen?
It still gives me the other 50. The other 50 that I'm still going to hold on to, it's how much WWE is invested in Roman. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm still with that 50-50 side. And if he strikes out the second time, then I'm sorry, smart marks or podcasters, you didn't get what you wanted,
Yeah. Yep.
So, like I said, we're still sticking with the 50-50 predictions, both ways. And we just have to wait and see how this main event's going to happen, really,
And I can't wait.
In a personal, general point, WWE is too crowded with too many top talent rosters. Come on, even Sami Zayn came back already.
And that's
what are you going to do with Sami Zayn,
And that's why you kind of need two brands, Raw and SmackDown. You need two brands to have enough, to have some time and have some effort to push other superstars. I know I know like people that I know that disagrees with it. Back on the air. All right, and actually,
we're back. Thanks for waiting, guys. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yes, the tag team division.
But we do need a brand split, right? We do need a brand split because Sami Zayn is back. There's too many big rosters.
And you got enough.
Do you feel like this is a lot of pressure for Triple H and the rest of the bookers or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you feel like William Regal is gonna be assisting Triple H on the main roster? And that's why he left NXT and gave it to the Rock's daughter?
Yeah,
Simone?
Absolutely. I agree 100% on that. And you have a decent mid-card division. Honestly, bro, you have a decent tag division. I know you said the tag team division is not that great, but they're actually bringing back people. They actually have people. They're just not using it.
New Day.
Yeah, look who they have. The New Day, AOP, Gallows and Anderson, Alpha Academy, Street Profits. Who else they got? The Putos.
And the War Raiders are still injured.
Pretty deadly.
Except for Ivar, I think.
Yeah, pretty deadly. The Putos. Well, the War Raiders or the Viking Raiders, whatever you want to call them. Who else?
They're an injury. Jinder Mahal's tag team. What's his name of that tag team with Jinder Mahal?
Veer and I forgot the other guy's name. You got them. You also have
Shanky or something, whatever.
Oh.
Eos, that's his name, right? Whatever his name is.
I don't remember. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got them, and there's a few more tag teams that I didn't mention. You also got I'm trying to think for more tag teams that WWE also has. So, damn, who's the other tag team? I just had them in my head.
I wish that Jace from the Alpha Academy. I think Jeremy Jordan. I think what's his name? That was his name for the Alpha
no, that's
American Alpha.
Chad Gable.
No, not Shaq Gable, but
Jason Jordan.
What was his name? Was former
Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 3 in the stream.
Jason Jordan from. Do you feel like they should put Jordan as a tag team booker to help out the tag team division? Because you need a tag team booker.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because if I feel like if this is just too many hats for Paulovic, then he should have a mid-card booker, a women's booker, and a tag team booker. And then if you have Jordan there in the backstage, because I seen him out there breaking fights, why don't we use him for tag team? Because he's got tag team experience.
Yeah,
with the American Alpha.
And these tag teams that I named off, you have more than 8 tag teams on your roster. So yeah, you have a good tag division. It's just you're not using them. And I'm starting to get. It's still like I said earlier, they need to separate those damn belts and put them back where they're supposed to be at. But they're not doing that. And as far as the mid-card division, I'm actually looking at the WWE roster right here. Let me see.
Do you think Regal should be controlling the mid-card? Because remember, Regal was a mid-card.
Intercontinental and European champion.
He be good booking?
Yep.
He was an IC belt too, as well.
Yeah. Okay, for your mid-card division.
Do you feel like he should be?
Well, go ahead.
Do you think he's good to coordinate the mid-card?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I forgot. In the other tag division, you also got Angel Garza and what's his name?
LWO.
LWO too. You got them. So you got 10 tag teams. You have 10 tag teams. I don't understand why you're not using it. But anyways, okay, let's
split the tag team. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the mid-card division. I mean,
Imperium, Giovanni Finci, and Ludwig
them too.
Kaiser.
Imperium. That's 11 tag teams. You have a tag division, you're just not using them.
I don't get it, dude.
I don't get it either.
I don't know.
Probably you and me should be back there and helping Triple H out.
Yeah. You can book the tag teams. I'll book the mid-card. Maybe you can push spill milk with them, because they are a team, but I don't know. I mean, I do get it. Paulovic is in a lot of pressure right now.
Yes.
I mean, for rehiring all these people and everything. And personally, in general, I think the fans and the podcasters should really calm down and let Triple H and let the bookers do their thing, guys.
Yes.
I just feel like these guys, these talents, and these bookers and Triple H himself, they're just going through every length to please you. You guys are putting them into an awful lot of pressure. I know you guys want entertainment. You want things to do better, but you guys are putting them into a lot of pressure, man. You're an employee. You have a job. You know how the system works. I work too. I know how the system works, guys. You other smart marks, you have no idea what these people do.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me go over the mid-card division. Who you have in your mid-card?
Yeah, go ahead. Go with the mid-card.
You got Austin Theory. You got Grayson Waller. I don't know why they're even a tag team, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, you got Brunson Reed.
Ricochet, right?
You got Ricochet. You got Sami Zayn. You got Kevin Owens. You got Finn Balor. You got probably Dominic Mysterio. You got who else? Or Braun Breaker if he's on the main roster soon. You got who else?
Question is, did Triple H build a light division, you think?
What do you mean by light division?
You have Cesaro, that's more like a cruiserweight, and then you have the LWO guys that are like cruiserweight wise, and Legado del Fantasma, and then you got El Idolo, and maybe you can use Dominic there too as a light, and then JD McDonough is a light guy. Do you want like a cruiserweight division to be there, or is it just too much to ask to have a cruiserweight division?
No, that's too much to ask for.
Or you just want to keep it mid-card?
Yeah, keep it mid-card.
Or you just want to keep it mid-card?
Yeah. And, oh, I forgot. There's another tag team. Wait. NES Rebirth. I'm 37 years old. Okay, good for you. It's a comment. I was gonna say, oh yeah, we forgot one tag team. That's 12 tag teams.
Yeah.
The Creed brothers.
Yep. And they were close to win. I was definitely rooting for those guys to win. Yeah. Because if they would have won, then that would make the change in the adjustments to split the belts, do the brand split and everything. Why keep it to the Judgment Day, which the Judgment Day is falling apart, and they're holding that titles, just keeping them warm? Please. It's like...
Yes, and...
I don't know.
You also, in your mid-card, you also got Pete Dunne, you got Tyler Bate. You have a decent
I'm glad Pete Dunne is gone.
Yeah. You got
no more Butch.
Yeah, you have a decent mid-card division. Oh yeah, you also got DIY, 13 tag team.
Yeah. Because you rather keep him as DIY because I don't think Triple H has anything for them individually, so might as well give him a tag team. Make him as a tag team.
Yep, might as well.
You know. Do you feel like Mustafa Ali, now that he made his TNA debut, do you think he's going to be good for the exhibition? Because I told him personally when I made him, I go, if you go to TNA, you're going to be a good exhibition division watch. Because, I mean, you know, TNA has a good cruiserweight division, but they call it exhibition. I feel like Mustafa Ali's going to do so well in that one. What do you think?
Yeah, they have an X division, and they're gonna do. He's probably gonna do good on that because he is a good high flyer. Okay, we got a comment here that says, "I don't think you understand. I'm 37 years old. It's goddamn amazing, incredible." Well, I hope I make it that age. NES Rebirth is one of the guys commenting on the video. Yeah, I hope I make it there. But anyways, yeah. So Mustafa Ali, he's gonna do good in TNA, and his gimmick.
What do you think of Ziggler and Moose feud? You think that would be a good storyline for Ziggler to be over?
Absolutely, and I kind of have mixed feelings about Moose losing to Ziggler, but if it happens, it happens. And at this,
but then you got Steve Cutler interfering. You have Steve Cutler interfering on this promo. You saw the promo he pulled on him.
You mean Steve McClane?
Brasso's husband?
You mean Steve McClane?
McClane, yeah, but I call him Steve Cutler.
Yeah,
Steve McClane, yeah. Even though I call him Steve Cutler from WWF, you know, WWE.
Oh, I don't even remember him being in WWE or WWF.
Remember, he was the Forgotten Sons. He was one of the Forgotten Sons. He was a Triple H guy.
Yeah, I challenge you to a 37-year-old match. Man, it gets to be my friend. It'll be my... What the fuck? Well, I'm not playing against anybody online right now. This is actually a podcast, so I'm not playing anybody right now. But like I was saying, yeah, so we're just,
yeah, Steve might intervene at that storyline and probably is going to give Moose a little long time for, you know, to create a storyline with that. But I really don't want Ziggler to get pushed so quickly for a title shot. I mean, I know you want to prove your previous company that, you know, you're going to main event, you're going to be over, but I would expect for Scott DeVore to plant the seeds very well, very carefully, and put Ziggler over, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to the 6 on the stream. So yeah, and what you call
Matt Riddle's in New Japan. He's gonna do pretty well out there, dude.
I didn't even know Matt Riddle was in New Japan. But like I was saying,
yeah,
Mustafa Ali, I do kind of see a character change. So his character, I see he has a different character. I see that he kind of has a character now, and we'll see how that character does in TNA. And like I mentioned before,
well, let me tell you, I will say this. I'll say this about... Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said before, WWE Castaways, they all, what you call, wait, what the hell? Oh, here's somebody has something to say to you, Jose. He said, Jose, I challenge you to a DNA match. The first person to spit a cylinder wins a newborn son in 9 months, where I will be 38 years old. Wow.
Well, I'm 50 years old, so I've been around the WWF from Bill Watts to the Barnerics to Jim Crockett and to the Bruno Sammartino, if you want to definitely ask me questions of that.
Yeah, so, and homie, Jose doesn't even play.
I've been to the WWF too as well, so.
Yeah, and Jose doesn't even play WWE 2K23.
So I'm not into the whole video thing, and honestly, my aging really has got to me, so I'm retired to that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the proposal. Yeah. Here's one thing that I'm happy about Mustafa Ali and Dolph Ziggler and Dana Brooke and Matt Riddle. I'm glad they didn't go to AEW. I'm happy.
Yeah, so am I. I was hoping that they landed in TNA, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I don't think Tony Khan would not know what to do with them.
But Tony Khan doesn't
That's
know
only just him saying. That's only I can say about Tony Khan. He's going to say, oh, I signed my Riddle, Triple H. What do you think? No, dude. If you're going to hire him, you better have something for him. You're going to hire Mustafa Ali, you're going to have something for them. Mm-hmm. It's not being greedy about who you have and who you don't have.
Yeah.
You know? Well, here's another topic that I know that has been very sensitive, and I know the fans, I know probably want answers on that or opinions, whatever they can say. The allegations of Vince McMahon and WWE and people are involved. Here's the thing, Miguel. I'm just sitting back to see how everything's going to go through. I did read some of those things, and they are kind of disturbing. On this part, I'm seeing Vince McMahon, he's kind of like sitting back and politic his way thing to get his attorneys to represent him, because he knows this is not the first time him going to court.
Yes.
But yeah, he is doing the right of distancing himself, you know, to resign and everything to handle his legal problems. So I'm not surprised about John Laurinaitis crap. He's gonna fall anyway. But happen with this whole accusation of Vince McMahon, because here's the thing about the people that had a problem with him, or anybody in general, with Chris Jericho. Here's the thing: if these people are gonna press charges on these guys, file it, and then show us little by little what we can do.
Well, this accuser should have done that.
I'm just speculating. I'm not judging. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this accuser should have done that a long time ago, because this incident happened back in 2021, and I don't know why it's taking all these. I don't know why all these ladies are waiting so long to finally reveal what people has been doing, what people has been doing to him. Oh wait, Jose, we got another comment.
Yeah.
It says, Jose, tell me about your age. At what age you decide to become 50 years old, and when do you think you'll decide to become 37 in the future?
I say I don't. I move forward. And as far as 37, I've been there. And my dedication is all about just moving forward and not taking seriousness back. It's good to reminisce. It goes a good back. I just came from a 30-year reunion in high school. And believe me, moving forward and you take your step at a time is the only thing you're going to feel good.
Good answer.
Sometimes it's good to reverse, but you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it all the time, man.
Good answer.
You know what? Enjoy the age in life as much as you can, as best as you can, because for tomorrow, for us and me and Miguel and anybody in general, tomorrow's not a guarantee. Don't take it as a suicide thing. Take it as a reality. You know. Yep. Trust your experience. You know.
Good answer.
So yeah, let's go on with the. Yeah. So, go on with these ladies saying being so late, Miguel. So. I do agree with you. These ladies were very late on it.
Yeah.
But I think in my opinion right now with this, I'm just going to sit back and see what legitly is going to happen. Because, I mean, in America, everybody sues everybody. And like I said, if you're going to file charges against these guys, file it.
Hold on, wait.
And be smart about it.
Jose, we got another comment here. Hey, bro, why you coming at Jose, bro? We're just on here conversating. He just wrote, if you're a 37-year-old Jose were to face in a spit rules match, who would win and who could resist you? Doppelganger-licious lips? Bro, why you coming at Jose like that, bro? Hey, man, if you keep Bro, don't be trolling, bro. I'm gonna kick you off here.
You'll be blocked by Miguel.
Bro, we just here to have fun, bro.
We're here agreeing and disagreeing, and that's what Miguel's about. We don't here to be smart marks or trolling. We call what we see. And Miguel's podcast and our podcast is about principle.
Exactly.
It is obviously you guys don't have any idea how it feels being on top. It is obvious.
Yeah. Well,
so,
hey, man.
yeah, so what do you think about this filing?
Well, first of all, it should have happened. But I'm gonna be real here. Nothing's gonna happen to Vince. He's not gonna get jail time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Let me tell you why. He's got so much money. He's got powerful lawyers. He's gonna be in his home in Connecticut, finally sitting at home, all retired. Let me see. Oh, sometimes if I want to say something offensive, I write it down in my journal just to get it out. I love everybody. Well, okay. Well, good. Well, good for you, brother. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, what I was gonna say was that nothing's gonna happen.
It's not the first time it's happened to him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the first time it's happened. He has a lot of money. He has powerful lawyers. People are gonna wanna he has powerful lawyers, and he's just gonna, and once the trial is over, he's not gonna get any punishment, nothing. He's just gonna be at home in his home in Connecticut and finally stay at home for the first time in Lord knows how many years, and just retire. And
yeah,
he's never coming back to TKO and WWE. It's never happening. And and even Slim Jim and other sponsors even pulled out ever since they heard this allegation, and they didn't come back until they heard that Vince was no longer part of the board. So at the end of the day, nothing's gonna happen. He's not gonna get punished for it. He has powerful lawyers. This lady should have told on him a long time ago. And another interesting part, well, I don't know if this is true, she said a former UFC world champion and a WWE champion, I guess, she said it was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar could play a part in this. Or maybe she's talking about another. You know what? No, she can't be talking about another. Who else was in WWE that was a UFC and a WWE champion? So she has to be talking about Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and honestly, that hasn't really been too confirmed. His name is just being brought up. So until it's confirmed, we will see. We will hear if the Brock Lesnar accusation is legit or not. You know. That's the thing you want to hear, you know, if it's legit.
Okay, we got another.
Time will come.
We got another comment here.
Go ahead.
Where's that referee? He was trying to fuck on me. What are you talking about, dude?
Oh, the lady referee? If that lady referee, she made a settlement with Vince McMahon already. That's the last thing I heard about that. Because remember, he made a lot of settlements in some cases. And then they walked away with the money, so the money must have been big. So if he's referring to that female referee, the answer to that one is that was a settlement.
Yeah.
Because they probably figured that it was not going to go that far.
Mm-hmm.
They probably feel like they were losing, and Vince McMahon was winning the trial. So that was a settlement on that one. That's the last thing I heard about that one.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's just that at the end of the day, Vince deserves punishment, but sadly he will not get it.
Yeah, and honestly, like I said, if you want to press charges on him, file it and be intelligent how you're going to definitely make your case strong. Don't just go around media and say you're going to hammer him and this and that. Honestly, I'm going to tell this to every viewer. I don't parade on people's downfall. You know, I just let nature do its justice.
Yeah.
We may agree, we may hate or disagree with people, but I just don't parade on people's downfall. I mean, we're human beings, guys, so that's all I got to say about him. If the consequences are going to come to Vince, yeah, he's going to get his consequences. Karma's going to come to him, and let nature do its justice against him, you know. he's gonna get his.
Oh yeah.
So hold your punches if you want to punch him. If you want to punch him, hold your punches, guys.
And he cannot,
don't do it.
And
don't
he
get
cannot use money to buy his way out of it. And
yeah,
and Stephanie McMahon might come back. I'm hearing reports that possibly Stephanie could be coming back now that her dad is gone.
Yeah, and they can use her for some bookings and some economics and some Wall Street. What do you think of The Rock being partners with TK on this one?
We're going to get into that.
What do you think they're going to use him for?
We got another comment. It says, this Aeneas fella has a point. 37-year-old people are a part of life as well. This Aeneas fella has a point. 37-year-old people are a part of life as well. They happen. You feel me? Vince is a bad person. Well, yeah, Vince is a bad person. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we all of course. We all know that.
Yeah, he's been doing. He had the steroid trial. Now he's having all these sex allegations coming at him. Yeah, bro, I agree with you. DDT Domain Podcast, Yancam. Yeah, bro. It's all these people in Hollywood, all these movie directors, and all these people are evil. So that's another topic. But let's get into that. Rock being part of TKO. Okay.
Yeah.
So The Rock, he has a football league. He's part of the board of directors. Yeah. Is he going to stop making movies because he's so busy? And he's an entrepreneur?
And he's good friends with Nick Khan. Remember that.
Yes, he is.
It can make The Rock a part-timer to be into this business because him and Nick Khan are very good friends. And I feel like all this WWE possession I feel like it's going to go to the hands of Nick Khan instead of Triple H. Because if people don't know Nick Khan is one of the most moneyest persons in the Wall Street. Politicians love him. Wealthy people love him. And Wall Street and the marketing loves him. I mean, the guy can be cuckoo to the head and greedy. But believe me, man, this guy is going to be a very powerful billionaire. That's how I know about Nick Khan. If I'm anybody that's working for Nick Khan, you got to be very careful with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and
the guy is so good. If you're going to go to trial with him, I'm sorry to put the word on you guys, you're going to lose against him. The guy has so much resources and so much money and power. I mean, Nick Khan, man, the way I call him, he's good. He's real good.
Yeah, and then, like you said, business people love him. I mean,
he's made a lot of people wealthy. Believe me, with his little experience career.
Yeah,
he's made people wealthy.
There's a few questions.
He even made Vince McMahon a rich man.
Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. But there's still a few questions that I have about him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, everybody does. It's a question mark, too, so I wouldn't put my trust on him too much, dude. I would keep my eye on him if I were you, Miguel, or anybody.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on Nick Khan.
Yeah, absolutely. And what else?
Don't fall for their Robin Hood BS, please, people. Mm-hmm. Pay attention to detail here.
Yeah, absolutely. And what else is new?
Oh yeah, Netflix. What do you think of Raw going to Netflix when you're ready to answer that question?
I'm very curious how that's going to work. Not everybody has Netflix.
No.
Like, I never, ever, ever thought that Raw or SmackDown or NXT was ever going to be in a streaming service. Like, I have a few questions about that.
There's mixed feelings.
Yeah.
There's mixed feelings about it. You know what? I really don't think a lot of people are going to get in, but you know who are the people that are not going to get in? Are middle-class fans. Almost like saying, like myself, that I work. I'm not going to put extra money in my pocket for Netflix. So I think the middle-class fans are not going to take that chance to buy that, to buy Netflix just to see Raw. And who knows how Netflix is going to work with Raw, if it's going to be a 3-hour show or if it's going to be commercial free. I don't know what, I mean, they got through the whole year to think about that. I do have another 50-50. You might agree or disagree with me on this one. If Netflix and Raw are successful, they say that the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL is gonna follow along if this succeeds, and it can kill cable companies. It can kill Spectrum, and it can put them out of commission. Do you feel anything like that creepy thing might happen, Miguel, if it's successful?
Wow, you just asked probably the most difficult question ever. And that's a good thing.
It is creepy. It is just creepy, Miguel, the way I'm seeing it. I got a funny feeling about it. I mean, to me, personally, I'm not buying it. I cannot afford it right now. Like I said, I'm a middle-class person, so you already know that I already made it in my mind. I don't know about you. I don't know about other podcasters or other fans. Mm-hmm. We'll wait and see, But to me and my decision, no. It's not worth my hard-earned money, dude.
Is it gonna be live? Is it gonna be taped? Like, how is this even gonna go?
That's the question, and they have a whole year to work this out and think about it. But the contract is for 10 years, and it's $500 billion. So there's no way Emmanuel is gonna refuse that kind of money, or Vince McMahon. Yeah. This is a good paycheck.
Yeah.
This is a good paycheck.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's just a lot of question marks. Are the fans down for this? That's my question. I mean, you can watch SmackDown, you can watch NXT, you can watch anything in the cable companies.
We got another comment here. Hey, Jose. We got another comment here. It says, Jose, you're thinking of a number between 1 and 20. If I guess the number you're thinking of, Miguel has to let me come on the podcast. Well, nah, bro. I'm not bringing you on here, and I appreciate you asking, bro, but I'm not letting you on here. I have very few people that I let on here, so nah, bro, I'm not adding you on here. But go ahead, Jose. But I appreciate you asking.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you think? This is gonna be a difficult thing. They got the whole year to think about it. I mean, they took it because the money was good. Mm-hmm. $500 billion for a 10-year contract. Raw on Netflix. Mm-hmm. But if I'm the other cable companies, I'd be worried that if Raw becomes successful with Netflix, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and the major leagues are going to follow along and get involved with Netflix because of the good money. And that's going to put the cable company... Oh, I don't know, dude. I'm going to worry about that. I tell people I'm not a fan of people losing their jobs here, dude.
Yeah, me neither.
Really,
that's scary. That's a scary thing. I don't even know. I don't know.
There's just so many questions around,
Yeah, there's so many questions. Like, when I saw that, I was like, is this a fucking joke? I honestly thought it was a joke. I thought it was one of those meme posters. But, no, it's going to happen. They had a $5 billion deal. So...
I mean, shit, I would take the money from them, yeah. But the question is, how about your fans and your viewers?
But I wonder...
That's where we want to get to when the time comes.
Is Netflix... Is that the most money Netflix has ever spent? $5 billion on something?
Yeah. And I think they are really invested in predicting that it's going to be a success, that a lot of sports and a lot of programs are going to get in bed with them.
Well, Amazon...
And this is me talking political-wise.
Yeah.
Political-wise and Wall Street-wise. I know we don't do politics here, but these things do get as political as they get. I have a funny feeling that something like that's going to hit. Yeah, people, this is not a political podcast, but...
Yeah.
Sometimes the sports, they do politic their way out of it, but we're just letting you know that, we're just doing a little politic thing, but not full timing, okay? Just to get that for the record.
Yeah. But Amazon Prime has NFL. You know that, right?
Yeah.
They actually have NFL games. So WWE is not the first. It's not the first time that WWE is doing that. And I think the MLB and the NFL are all on Amazon. Or hell, even the NBA and the NFL even has. You know how the NBA has NBA League Pass. The NFL has the NFL whatever it's called. Same with MLB. They have those streaming services. Like if I wanted to have just one of those things, I would honestly have to like make that my cable, you know? And
yeah.
I mean, me personally, I don't watch a lot of TV. The only thing I watch on TV is WWE, baseball, basketball, football. I mean, those are the only main things I watch, and I don't watch. I mean, I do watch Peacock. There's shows that I used to watch when I was a kid that they have on there, like George Lopez, Everybody Hates Chris, all those shows, etc.
Yeah.
They have those shows, but those are the only things I watch. I don't watch anything else.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, when it comes to all these cable companies and all these plus companies, it's already divided the viewers. You know, because when I went to the movies to go see The Iron Claw, not a lot of people went to movie theaters, so I don't know. Maybe because the pandemic had a lot to do with it, and viewers have been divided.
No, I think
the movie theaters. Let me tell you from my experience, they don't get crowded like they used to be, traditional as they do.
I can tell you why.
The last time you went to a movie theater?
I can answer that question for you. The reason why you don't see a lot of people at movie theaters, I mean, well, when I saw the Wonka movie, I saw a good amount of people. But the reason why it's not like that anymore is because HBO Max, they made the viewers have to pay to watch the movie at home instead of watching it in theaters. So that's the reason why that's the reason why you don't see people in movie theaters anymore, because you got HBO now. Hold on, bro. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are a lot of questions.
Yeah. So, but it's gonna, like I said, this is gonna be a very interesting year, and they have a whole year to think about this. You know. Yeah.
Alright, I'm back. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I mean, yeah, and here's another, I mean, we already talked about that. I mean, it has so many questions. That's how I'm going to end off this topic. But here's another topic I want to get into. Let's talk some football. Shall we?
Yeah, what a game for us, right? Last week.
You guys.
I believe we missed that damn kick, man.
Yeah, you guys missed the field goal, and what you call
and it was deja vu again from from 1991, Eddie Ellsworth in 1991 against the Giants. You missed that 13-yard field goal, man. Unbelievable.
That sucks.
And we lost. Then it goes back to 30 years ago, man. It's like, damn, happy anniversary, Buffalo. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's another kicker doing the same thing again.
Yeah, but okay. I put up some games. Okay, we're in the last round for the Super Bowl. Okay, we got the. Oh wait, let me see here.
We got Baltimore and KC.
No, I'm trying to watch.
That's your last AFC.
Yeah.
Or are you going back for the NFC?
Oh, you can name it off. I mean, I was looking at my live video, make sure it didn't fuck up. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. For the AFC, you got Baltimore and KC. I'm gonna pull this one for Baltimore because I look at KC getting very concerning about Baltimore's line. I would say the same thing because Baltimore defeated my team, so I'm gonna have to pull this on Baltimore instead of KC. I think Patrick's gonna have his work cut out for her. What do you think of that one, KC and Baltimore? What do you think? What's Baltimore's chances?
Before I answer that, I'm gonna ask you this about this game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of my coworkers says that NFL kind of has creative writing, just like how WWE does. Like they pick who they want in the Super Bowl and let the referees call whatever bullshit and tell the players on the other side to don't really play as hard like they're supposed to. Do you think that's the case?
Not really. I mean,
because people are saying that it's rigged.
Maybe in the 50 weight, yes, because I mean it's political and it's marketing. Mm-hmm. To give you one example, you know that Dallas and San Francisco are very two top market teams that made Wall Street rich. In the NBA, the same thing. You have Chicago and the Lakers and Miami that are very top market teams too as well. And in baseball, you have the Dodgers. That's a top market. So, yeah, you do bring a little 50-50 point on that one. It could be truth, and then the rest is not,
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a little politics right there on that one. Like I said, people, excuses with that, but you guys have to shove that in that business, It's got a lot to do with it, guys.
Yeah. But,
it's like boxing matches. Boxing matches are fixed. You know that.
Absolutely. Like, that's why I don't really watch boxing, and I kind of laugh at stupid idiots that pick on wrestling. They don't look at that side of the NBA, the NFL, the MLB. They don't look at that side that it's rigged, and there's people that are picking teams that who. I pick on the people. The people like to pick on wrestling. You idiots! What you call the MLB, the NBA, and the NFL kind of has creative teams, and they have people that pays off referees to make bullshit calls.
Yeah. And honestly, there's one example too. Remember when it was Buffalo and Dallas? They put The Simpsons on, and the prediction was very true. When Lisa told Homer Simpson that if Buffalo wins, I don't love you, and if Dallas wins, I love you. So what happens? Dallas wins on the Simpsons program, and then in the Super Bowl, Dallas Cowboys defeats the Buffalo Bills.
But
so the Simpsons have that prediction thing too.
The Simpsons is a weird show. They even predicted Kobe Bryant's death. They predicted that Toys R Us was going to go out of business. They predicted that Donald Trump was going to be president. I'm not into politics, but they predicted so many shit that happened, and that's a little weird.
And they predicted the watches, the Apple watches. They predicted that.
And they also predicted the COVID pandemic. But like, Jose, don't you find that a little weird?
Yeah, it does.
The part that scares me was the part when they predicted Kobe Bryant's death. That's the part that scares me. That's a whole different topic. So
yeah, that's creepy anyway. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah, I love you, Kobe.
Yeah, anyway.
Kobe Bryant's my all-time favorite basketball player. He was the first basketball player I ever discovered, and I love Kobe Bryant. So, rest in peace to you, Kobe.
He's from Philly. Yeah, he's in Philly.
Yep.
He's a legend.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to his daughter Gigi and to everybody else that was on the helicopter. So,
yeah, man, that's.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah. So what do you think of this? Of these AFC teams? Something to be worried about? Yes or no?
Okay. For a game that's totally rigged and has creative bookers or who they won the Super Bowl, I think the Chiefs could win that. But if it was an actual real game with no creative team, I would pull for Baltimore. And
remember, Harbaugh's big brother's still the coach, and he's a hell of a good coach, man. Come on, he beat his little brother in the Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
I don't know how many years was that. What? 10 years ago? Yeah. San Francisco. Harbaugh versus Harbaugh. I remember that. Now that's a storyline right there. Okay.
Yes, that is a storyline. And
Harbaugh versus.
And as far as the Detroit and Niner game, I think I'm gonna pull for 49ers either way.
Yeah, the 49ers are pretty predictable. I mean, the Lions is still just a young team, so I think due to experience, I have a feeling that the Lions are going to lose this one, but I would predict that they will give them a game if the 49ers don't take them seriously, too.
Yep. So
I mean, think about it. Green Bay came from behind against San Francisco. That was a close game. What was going through your mind when you thought that Green Bay was going to take out the 49ers in that one?
I was I knew Green Bay was going to put up a fight, but I didn't think they were going to beat San Francisco. But I did think that the Cowboys were going to beat Green Bay, but that didn't happen because the Dallas Cowboys, they blow it every year in the first round. So yeah, that's my thought on that.
Yeah, Green. Well, here's another one that surprised me too. The Rams had a close game too. I probably was expecting Detroit killing the Rams, but they lost a very close game,
Yeah, and I was watching the Tampa Bay and Eagles game. I was wearing my Buccaneers jersey because the Florida team that I represent is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they made it to the second round, and the Eagles kind of looked. If you watch back at that game, they kind of looked like they weren't really playing. Like for real, I think, like I said, the NFL probably has a creative team, or maybe pretty much every NFL defense figured out Jalen Hurts. So yeah, so it goes those ways. And
I felt. Did you think that the Eagles dropped ever since the 49ers defeat? Because after that, it's like Philadelphia wasn't really feeling it anymore. What do you think?
Absolutely,
I mean, that's the last thing I saw when Philadelphia dropped. They sunk like a rock after the Niners defeat,
I agree.
Mm-hmm. It's like you just lost your spirit or something,
Yep, and Jalen Hurts is not really playing all that well. And he got paid a big contract. And you know what happens when you pay a player with a big contract that hasn't really earned it because he did not win a Super Bowl? Because I would pay somebody a max deal if they win a championship. But no. Teams want to pay players so much money, and when they do pay them, they don't play like they're worth $200 million or $300 million. So that's my problem that's my problem with a lot of athletes today. They don't want to earn the money. They want to just get it without having to win a Super Bowl or an NBA title or a World Series. None of that.
Yeah. And here's another thing. Do you think it's going to be interesting now that Harbaugh already has signed in with the Chargers now? Do you think you would expect a lot of a competitive season next year? Because I'm expecting it, as an AFC representative.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the deal with the Chargers has been finalized. And if I'm anybody, I would take Harbaugh very serious, man. He's a very good coach for the NCAA and the NFL.
The Michigan.
And he was a good quarterback, too.
Michigan, yeah.
So
Michigan Wolverines.
Michigan, yeah, and remember Stanford too. Remember he brought championships to Stanford too, college.
I didn't even know he played. I didn't even know he coached Stanford.
he was close in the Super Bowl, you know, but he lost against his older brother, you know. But if I'm anybody doesn't know Harbaugh, I would take Harbaugh seriously because he's a damn good coach and he was a damn good quarterback. Remember in the 90s he was called Captain Comeback.
But he was
a former Super Bowl champion for the Bears, backed up Jim McMahon, you know.
Yeah, but he was never a head. This is his first time ever being a head coach in the NFL. He was always an assistant. And NCAA, he was a damn good coach when he was at the Michigan Wolverines.
He dominated the NCAA, you know.
Yes, he
Stanford
did.
And Michigan.
Yeah, and so I hope he does good because the NFL and the college are two different ball games. So I really hope he does well.
Yeah, and it's different environment. Yeah, you do have a point about that. You know, you come from the NCAA, go to the NFL. Yeah, it is a different environment.
In the NCAA, I'm a Miami Hurricane fan.
In the NFL, yeah. So yeah, like you say, college and NFL, it's two different ball games. Yep, different environment.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna turn myself in, and we can finish up this podcast with these topics, which it's been exhausting, and I know it's been exhausting with you. Hopefully, we look forward for this game and Raw, and I hope we see more surprises. I hope I see Braun Breaker on Raw. How about you?
I'm gonna say goodbye to this live right quick, but there's something I gotta say to you before you hang up. All right, people. Well, thanks for joining the show, and hope you catch us next weekend. And enjoy yourselves for tomorrow's football, because football's gonna be great tomorrow. So, all right, people. Well, MTG Gaming, Jose The Ocho is out.